All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. First off, I want to say thank you for all the positive feedback I've been getting. I've been covering a couple different projects lately, and I was worried how people would take that. Most people are extremely positive. So as I already told you before, this one is something I'm particularly excited about. It's a very interesting DApp. It allows you to earn up to 2.5% on your money with this application, which is fantastic. It's a little bit complicated as far as all the different metrics and everything, so there's a lot to unpack. I will do my best to make the video relatively short, but I want to give you like a full tutorial here so you can see if you like the project. And then if you do like the project, you're welcome to join the team, or really anybody's team. We are called the Furious Degens. That's the team I'm starting. I like this project a lot because it's different. It's a little more complicated. There's a little more of a gamified theory behind it, and it really rewards good behavior. So people that are depositing, recompounding, helping the ecosystem and not hurting it. Now, as always, this is not financial advice. DeFi is a risky space. You guys already know you can get wrecked, so please use risk capital. For some of you, that may be $50. For some of you, that may be $50,000. So do what's best for you. I really like this platform, and if you're interested in getting in, it'd be awesome to take this ride together. Now, before we get started, please consider subscribing to my channel if you find value in this information. I like to do these videos and been getting a lot of good feedback. About 2/3 of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So if that's one of you, or if you're one of those people, if you wouldn't mind hitting the little red subscribe button, that would be awesome. But thank you guys for your support. I really do appreciate it. Let's get started. So first things first, let me go up here and show you guys the Furio website. Now, I gotta say right off the bat, this is the best website in DeFi. I don't think anything else really even touches it. So it's got a lot of information here. We'll crash through all of it, but just look at the aesthetics here. As you guys probably already know, I'm an aesthetics guy. I like the way things look. I like them to have a nice, clean financial look and feel, but with that kind of new age metric. This is amazing. Furio's got a great color scheme. Furio, of course, is fire in German, so it's like the fire token, which is just cool in and of itself. But overall, this is just awesome. You got this ticker symbol running down here. It's got the full breakdown of their stuff. They got a bunch of videos that show you how everything works. Obviously, watch mine because they're better. But they're great videos. So you could really land on the website and figure out maybe everything that you needed to know, which is fantastic. Very few websites offer that. They've got a white paper and that's it. So, I mean, this is just amazing clean. There is no better website in DeFi in my opinion. The aesthetics on this are just awesome, but it explains how you get up to 2.5% daily ROI. It explains the vault and their rewards, deflation, and compounding section. Talks about their stablecoin liquidity. These guys are paired with USDC, which is awesome. Being attached to a stablecoin is great because it protects you from some of that market volatility, right? Down further, it's got the referral system. Just like anything else, Furio has a cool referral system. And people hate on referral systems like you're just trying to bring a bunch of people on. Referral systems are marketing in crypto. Everybody goes to YouTube to get their information. They're reading Medium articles. And so they're getting their information from someone who is essentially advertising or marketing for the company by telling their story. So they're getting that information from someone, they join the team. That's the cleanest way really to do marketing, especially when you're first starting out a project. And then you can go into a lot of paid advertising and everything, but referral systems are extremely important. They get people hyped about the system. It's beneficial to build a team. The way they do it's pretty cool. In some other platforms like Drip, you got a whole B-Reap. That's cool. It gives that token some additional utility. I think in Ooze, you have to have Slime. Piston, you got to deposit in a different section. This is more similar to the Piston where you're kind of depositing Fur into a different section. What you're really doing is buying downline NFTs. So each one of these individual NFTs you have allows you to access another downline. So cool little take on the referral system. They've got a variable reward system that we'll talk about. So if you're a good actor in the system and you behave well as far as compounding and depositing and team building and all that, you're rewarded higher. And if you're a bad actor and you're just trying to put money in to drain the system, your percentage is actually less. So this incentivizes people to use the system in the way that it was intended. And in the long run, you'll end up getting paid more money. Down to 6, they've got a fast program. If you're building a team, you want to build a big team, they've got a special program for that. I won't get into that too much today because I could easily make this video probably 90 minutes long, and I want to keep it shorter because I think most of you guys are just going to get in and then after you like the system for a couple weeks, you can go, hey, I'm going to add a couple people to my team. So I'll make another video probably specifically on fast teams and how they work. Down here, we've got anti-dump mechanics, which is awesome. So they've got some things in place that make it so certain players in the game, they can't just dump a bunch of tokens, otherwise they get super heavy tax. This is different than the whale tax, but of course this is great. And this is designed to specifically not penalize any good participants. So if you're a good participant, you're doing mostly compounding, you're doing some claiming, even if you're quote unquote dumping some of your tokens, as long as you're within a certain metric, it doesn't affect you at all. So this really only hurts the people who are trying to pump and dump the price. So fantastic that they put this in here. And again, just every single piece of this, is aesthetically pleasing to me. I mean, just this cool little bear with the X. I mean, I just feel like they've done a great job here. I've talked to the dev team in detail over the last couple weeks because that's just how I am with new projects. I feel like if I can chat with them, ask them a bunch of questions, and they can answer them really intelligently, and I can kind of look into them, then I can feel better about the project. I don't want to just tell you guys about a bunch of nonsense. I turn down talking about a ton of projects. People slide into the DMs and say, hey, you want to promote my project? I'm like, no, it's a pile of garbage. So I'll make sure that anything I bring you I think is really solid. Obviously, if I'm putting money into it, then I don't want to lose my money. So if you guys are putting money into it, I really don't want you to lose your money. You losing your money is probably even more important than me losing my money, because I know the risks. I go in, I'm like, I put all this risk capital in. Some people don't listen and they put in their rent money, and man, I hate to see you guys lose that. So I'm only bringing you projects that I feel solid about, and this one is awesome. And of course, I'm a fanboy of the graphics. So got some details here, right? Get a MetaMask. This is how to get started. You got to buy USDC. You want to buy USDC on the Binance Smart Chain, right? Because you can get it in other networks or other chains. You want to buy it on the Binance Smart Chain. Ideally, you do that through PancakeSwap or whatever. You can buy it directly on a few different things. They've also got a fiat on-ramp coming. I don't think it's available yet, but it should be soon. So you'll be able to just put in a debit card and purchase, which is absolutely fantastic, because when you bring on new users, the more challenging it is, people give up, right? But if you can put in a debit card, get some USDC and buy it through there, it's just gonna be a lot easier. But this is on the Binance Smart Chain, and you guys know I am a BSC network fan. I love the low gas fees. I love the convenience. I love that a lot of my projects are on that, so I can buy a bunch of BNB and just split it up in between my wallets or whatever. It makes my life a lot easier. I don't like particularly jumping back and forth between chains, and specifically ones that have high gas fees. I just feel like I'm flushing my money down the toilet. So the fact that this is on the BSC network is awesome. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to go to sites like PancakeSwap, obviously the front runner, and take your USDC and swap it for FUR, or take your BNB and swap it for USDC. You can do it any which way. Ideally, what you'd probably do to pay the least taxes is you'd purchase some BNB, and then you'd swap BNB for USDC on the Binance network. Once you've done that, then you'd come over and you can actually use their native DEX here to swap it, so you're not paying any taxes. So you're using the USDC to get the FUR. And then you throw it in the vault so you can earn your percentages. Down here you can see they're listed on a few things. They just got listed on CoinMarketCap, which is big. You got to jump through a bunch of hoops to do that. They're on CoinGecko, DappRadar, and Solidity Finance is where their audit is done by. So this team is doxed. I mean, their information's out there. They show their faces. They're on a bunch of AMAs and different things like that. They actually have a little section with their own YouTube channel, like I mentioned before. I do want to call out, I watched a really good AMA from a buddy of mine, Crytpo, on his channel with the two Chris's, a couple of the main guys from the team. And the AMA is fantastic. So if you want to get like a feel for the team, definitely go over and watch Crypto's AMA with those guys. I'll try to post the link in the description. But also, Crypto has been in the game for a long time. He's fantastic. He's very logic driven. He's got a great channel, and he brings a lot of projects on and has these nice sit down chats with them. So if you guys aren't following JC Crypto, I highly recommend jumping over to his channel. Like I said, I'll probably paste that link in the description below, so you can go watch the AMA. But subscribe to his channel if you would. He needs more subscribers. More eyes need to be on the great content that he's putting out. So appreciate JC for doing that AMA, because that certainly helped clear up a few things for me when I was digging into it. And he probably did that a week ago or 10 days ago. So next, why don't we jump up to the white paper here? Sorry guys, anytime I hit record, I feel like my nose starts itching. It's like I don't itch my nose all day. The minute I hit record, I'm over here rubbing it all the time. So sorry, it's a bunch of nonsense. Again, you guys may get tired of hearing this. The aesthetics on this are so clean. This, by far, no one touches it. I've never seen it. Please give me a project that has a better white paper. So this is their white paper. You can go to any of these tabs and get so much information on this project. They spend a ton of time on this. And if you're spending this much time and this much money, the project's going to be around for a little while. Aside from some sort of, crazy exploit or whatever, Furio is looking good. So here's why I like the white paper so much. First off, super clean. It's got everything. But who has one where you can turn the pages? Nobody has that. So this gives you, your table of contents. It talks about how you can get it and put it in the system. Talks about the vault strategies. It's going to talk about how you have to buy these downline NFTs so you can have access to your downline. I mean, you can just flip through this. Whale taxes, everything. I would just give you the full breakdown on here, but it's too small for me to read, so I can't really do that unless I lean in really good, and that's not good for the YouTube video. But anyway, coolest white paper I have ever seen by far. I don't think anybody touches it. If you've seen a cooler one, please comment below, because I just got to give these guys credit where credit's due. I mean, all the way to the back page. They go all the way to the back page where they've got their details. I'm blown away by it. Anyway, so again, still on the website, they've got a bunch of different tabs that kind of break down what they just showed you in the white paper. So those are going to be easier to read. That's what I'll bring up. We'll go through most of the sections. There's some metrics that I feel like are complicated. Once you understand the metrics, I feel like the system is simple. It doesn't need to be any more complicated than you're a good actor in the system and you do more hydrating than not hydrating, or recompounding. I'm so used to hydrating because Drip is my main platform, and Drip is fantastic. They've taken this is a ground up code, so this isn't like a fork of Drip or a fork of anything else. There's a couple projects out there right now that are doing variable rewards, tiered rewards, and kind of like a loyalty score system. It's starting to get introduced more and more on dApps right now, which I think is good. It just promotes good behavior. But before I take you too far down the road, let's not get too complicated. Let's just go into how it works. If you guys are familiar with Drip or Cairo or Ooze, really any of these projects, you know how it works. You got to have a MetaMask wallet or something like it, like a Trust wallet. You got to purchase BNB, get whatever native token, and then stake it in the system. So the flow on this is about the same. So of course you got to have your wallet. Ideally, I use MetaMask, but people can use other things as well. You need to get BSC network version of the USDC coin. That's what you're going to purchase your Furio with. You will go to the Furio Swap tab, which I'll show you on the actual dApp, and then you can purchase your Furio. And then you can do whatever you want with it. You can either throw it in the vault and start to earn your percentage, or you can buy NFTs with it, or you could just hold it. But that doesn't make any sense. Why would you not want to have it in the system and start earning more? Now, when you start in the system, you will automatically be set as a neutral participant, earning 2% per day, which is awesome. Now, then as you start to compound, you're going to be able to increase that. I believe you have to compound for 28 days in a row. You can increase that to 2.5% daily. And 2.5% daily is fantastic. You're going to max out your wallet super fast if you're like that. So if you're like me, I get into the gamified compounding stuff. Like I want to earn as much as possible. In a lot of these platforms, I'm not concerned about taking profit now because I want to delay my gratification for later. I'd rather make big money, be a good actor in the system, do airdrops to the team. I'd rather enjoy that process than have a heavy claim strategy. It's just not my thing. You guys see that on the Drip side. You guys will see that in Cairo. You see it in Piston. I'm just not that guy. So the nice thing about platforms like this is it allows me to keep active and actually get benefited from just being, a good user of the system. So I'm stoked about that. When it's time to take your money out, same thing as Drip or any of these other platforms. You sell your Furio, whatever you're taking out, you convert it back over to USDC and you're gonna pay that 10% tax. So pretty normal. Their tax structure is something you'd be familiar with. I think it's 10% on deposits. You've got a 5% on recompounds. They've got a whale tax, which we'll see an anti-dump tax and that variable percentage rate. So again, very well set up. So the vault, this is where you're going to put your money to earn your additional yield, your percentage. Your vault is a low risk, high reward contract that operates in a similar fashion to a high yield certificate of deposit. So we've heard that before, right? Participants can take part by purchasing Furio from the platform swap page, joining another user's Furio team, hopefully you join mine, depositing Furio into the vault, and that'll earn you a consistent up to 2.5% daily return on their Furio tokens. And this is up to 360% of the initial principal amount, or 100K max payout through compounding. So again, if you're getting 2.5%, you're actually going to compound a lot faster than you would, say, in like a 1% system like Drip. So this may be a good way to turn your wallet around faster. Now, Furio's been doing really well. Let me just show you the chart. It's not too late to get into Furio. They have not been around for very long. But here's the chart, man. Here's the chart over the last few days. It shot up to 5 to almost 15. Now, this is just a couple days of pumping. So people are like, oh, am I too late? Do I need to watch it drop back down? That's challenging. Most of the time, it's when things run up, they got to come back down, right? But it's hard to say with this one. This one has specific mechanics that penalize people who try to dump. It's got specific mechanics that really reward people who compound for 28 days straight. So, this just started. This is July 17th, so this is 4 days ago. If everyone's compounding, trying to hit that 28-day mark so they can get up to 2.5%, this could continue to go higher, and they're just starting to get some hype on this project. So, should you wait to get in? You could. We could see some red candles here, and you might be able to pick it up for $10. I don't know for sure. I don't think it'll dump really far because, again, these mechanics that are built in specifically penalize people who are dumping. So that puts you in a bad spot. And if it incentivizes you to have good behavior, I could see this thing maybe leveling out, taking a little dip back down. I don't know. You do you. I'm going to purchase a little bit more, even if it's here. I don't mind, because I'm going to get myself to 2.5% and just keep compounding. Again, I like to start with most platforms like this with like $1,000. That's generally like my risk per project that I go in the beginning. Then once I feel better about it, I dump a little more in, and then start team building or whatever. I've been kind of getting used to this whole process and being on YouTube and everything. This has been 8 months or something like that I've been on here reporting all the details. So it's been fun. But anyway, it's not too late to get in. This thing has a long way to go. This is just 4 days of pumping. It may come down a little bit and you might find a good entry point, but don't wait forever because the metrics are specifically designed to spike the price. So you could look at this in another 10 days and it could be up at 50. We'll see, right? So make whatever decision is best for you. Back to the vault. I think you guys probably have it, right? 100,000 max payout. Let's just hit the basics again so they're ingrained in your head. I like repetition. You're going to use USDC to buy the FUR tokens. You're going to deposit those into the system. It will start you out at 2% per day as you compound for 28 days straight. Then it's going to give you 2.5 daily rewards, 2.5% that is. They've also got like some 28-day stuff going on where they run these competitions. So once you're in that 28-day club, you get entered to like win some stuff. They gave some gear away. They're doing like a Breitling watch. Like they're just doing some cool stuff to incentivize good behavior. So, that stuff's neither here or there, but it's just fun for people, and it incentivizes good behavior. So I can see the price going up. It'd be nice to win something too. So compound, raise your balance up. If you want to build a team, of course, that will help you additional deposits and then compounding. All Furio rewards come from the 10% tax on Furio transactions, excluding buys from the Furio swap page. If you're doing on PancakeSwap, you're going to be charged a fee there. If you buy right on the DApp, there's no tax there, but you're going to pay 10% in, 10% out, and 5% on recompounds. So you guys should be used to that by now. Furio swap, again, Furio swap, stablecoin liquidity. When you attach yourself to maybe like BNB is going to go up and down. So you're victim sometimes to the volatility of the market. Now, it's great when everything's going back up, but I don't know about you guys. I've been monitoring the charts. I still think we're due for another leg down. I don't think we've hit the bottom in crypto. So if it rips down, it can affect your token and everything. And it's hard with DeFi projects. They're already volatile and people are already worried about it. So if they see price swings, they're making a decision on the longevity of the project before they even look into it. Most people on these DeFi projects, they look at the chart. If it's going up, especially if it's really going up, then they want to get in. If it's going down, then they want to get out. So just know there's volatility in the market. But what this does is it curbs some of that volatility, right, by attaching it to USDC. We've seen Forex do that on the drip side, right? BUSD is the main liquidity pool. So it's a very smart thing to do, and I think devs are just starting to make that the standard. So this little paragraph basically says exactly what I just said. Based on its liquidity pairing with USDC, provides a stable environment. Now, whilst these guys are from the UK, so they use words like whilst further utility is being planned going forward, see roadmap, we'll look at the roadmap. These guys are doing some cool stuff. I'm excited about this project, if you can't tell. We are starting with below measures to decrease total supply starting at 1 million and also decrease circulating supply. So 1% burning of the max supply starting at 1 million tokens on every buy and sell apart from buys on FuroSwap. That's great. Burning of the tokens should constrict the supply, which should help the price go up. 2% of every buy and sell apart from buys on FuroSwap going to PancakeSwap liquidity, right? So they're keeping that liquidity with PancakeSwap, and I'm quite sure that there's some sort of collateral rehypothecation there, which will help, of course, earn rewards. There's also, of course, a requirement to use Furio tokens to buy Furio's NFTs so you can get those downline referrals. Next, let's talk about the referral system. So if you want to build a team, feel free to do that. What you will need to do is you will need to buy some downline NFTs. I recommend starting out, if you're going to put money in, for only 5 Furio, you can get access to 1 downline. So if you sign up your uncle or your buddy or whatever, you can do that pretty cheap right out the gate. I know when I first got into Drip, BREAP tokens were relatively cheap, and I just waited too long to buy them and everything, and I got nailed with a pretty tough price, and then I bought more, much higher. So I'm probably going to buy a few extra as well. I'd like to have access. I don't need access to all my downlines. I don't know, some people want a ton. For me, that's a lot. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably buy like 2 more downlines so I have 4, because I think that'll cover most of the people that I'm going to sign up. We'll see how it goes down the road. If this thing really blows up like I think it might, then maybe I'll need more, or it would be helpful to have more. But that's how it works. You buy those, they're very easy to purchase. You do it right on the DApp, and then they just sit in there and stake your NFTs basically to give you those downline referral rewards. Now, similar to Drip, once you get to, I think 5 wallets under you get what you call a team wallet. So it's beneficial to build a system beneficial for your team. So the higher percentage goes back down to the team. So once you have 5 wallets, when people make their deposit, they get hit with that 10% fee. Then what happens is those team members get an immediate kickback of 2.5%. So it's helpful to join a team wallet. Round robin system, just like Drip, every time someone compounds, the people in your downline, round robin, you'll get a little sliver of that. So that's not a major thing, but if you got a really big team, it can add up. This one is very interesting and will apply to everybody. So variable rewards. Not everybody's going to build a team, but everyone this is going to matter for everyone. So here's how it works. Once you put money in the system and you have it staked, positive participants are compounding at least 4 days a week, right? 7 days in a week, so more than 50% compounds. So on every rolling 28 days, if you've got at least 16 compounds, then you're at 2% rewards, and that's where you're going to start out. Now, if you compound on a 5 and 2 strategy, then you're going to get 2.25%. 6 and 1, also 2.25%, and 7 and 0, which is what I'm going to do at least for the for the foreseeable future, 2.5%. I want that 2.5%, man. That's ideal. At some point, maybe I'll drop down to a 6 and 1, but I want to build this thing. I want to see what a maxed out wallet looks like. Neutral participants, it's 3.5, right? That's a rolling 28 days, so 16 compounds. So, the overall average will keep you at 2%. So if you do need a compounding strategy where you need to take profits, then that's, stay above that one, at least neutral. I do not recommend dropping down into here. Once you drop down into the negative participation range, meaning you are claiming more than you're compounding, right? This is 3 and 4. So if your average compound is only 3 a week, but you're claiming 4 times a week, you're going to drop down into the negative participation range, negative participant. I can't talk today, and that'll give you 1%. So not only does it drop your yield, but once you get anywhere down in this section, you can't ever get back up. So if you take a week, a rolling 28 days, and you claim any of these, an average of 4, 5, 6, or 7 a week, you can never keep compounding and get back up. So I don't recommend doing that. Keep a healthy strategy. The worst you should be if you want to be a good participant and make good money is right here. I mean, 3.5, you could do 16 compounds, 16 claims, or that's probably not right. It's actually less than that. I'd have to do the math on here because that's 32 days and we're talking about a 28-day rolling. But that's a pretty hefty claim strategy, half and half. You're still getting 2%. That's awesome. So don't let yourself go into this area unless you absolutely have to, and then plan on basically getting lower rewards, because if you're doing a 1.6, you're only getting 0.5. So that'll help the system. Again, that's going to help the price because people are highly incentivized to do this and decentivized to do this. So I like it because I'm a positive participant guy. I really want to pump my own bag, and I know that I do that through delaying gratification and actually just compounding away. So I think we're done there. I won't beat that dead horse. Let's quickly go over to the whale tax. Now, these fast teams, the fast program, like I said, I'll save that for another video because I just think that's too much to put here. Why don't you get into the system first and understand it, and then when it's time to build a big team, you can go watch another video that I'll make on it. Whale taxes are important, of course. If your claim level is 0 to 10,000, 0, tax goes up to 5, 10, 15%, all the way up to 45%. So just know if you're a big boy and you are trying to manipulate the system, you will get taxed heavily. I think this is a great metric because sometimes the big whales really can come in, push the price around, and really hurt the ecosystem. So this is put in place to make that not happen. We're all trying to make money here. Decentralized finance is crazy challenging, but this could be a really good platform, and a lot of that's going to be attributed to the really good tokenomics that they put in place. We'll go over the basic taxes. I've already covered them with you. No buy tax if you do it on here. You get the 10% if you do on PancakeSwap. Deposits 10%, claim 10%, sell 10%. So really just like Drip, airdrops 10% and compounds 5%. So if you're in Drip, it shouldn't be any different. You really shouldn't be concerned with it. This one I thought is cool. It's the anti-dump mechanics. So what this is set out to do is give you pump and dump protection, which is great because DeFi projects in general are mostly pump and dumps. And so to build this into the tokenomics was very smart on their part. So shout out to the Chris's and the rest of the team for doing a lot of due diligence and listening to the community and throwing that in there. So I think this is all percentage based. Any wallet looking to sell FUR tokens where the sale of the token is greater than 25% of the total number of tokens that they have in the vault will be charged a sales tax of 50%. So if you're trying to dump a very large percentage of your tokens, then you get hit with that tax. All wallets are allowed a max sale of 1 transaction per day, so you can't just dump throughout the day. So again, this is not designed to penalize any good participants. You'll pay the normal tax if you're utilizing the system the way it's supposed to be. 50% tax breaks down as follows. 5% is burned, which is great. 10% goes to liquidity, 5% to the marketing and dev fee. This is important. You really need to have that additional marketing if you want this thing to grow. And then the rest goes to the contract balance. So this gives you, if that was unclear to you, this right here, read this paragraph, because that will give you the exact breakdown. It's like an example for you to help you understand how that works. But I won't make everybody sit here and listen to that. If you land on this page and you're ready to get signed up, you can go over to Buy BNB. This is going to take you to MoonPay, and I think this is actually set up now. So this is their kind of fiat on-ramp. So you're able to put that in there and then actually get your BNB right away. Once you have the BNB, you can also, if you don't do that and you use PancakeSwap, you can come over here. You can swap BNB directly for Furio tokens, or you can do it for USDC, pay a much smaller fee, and then go over and do it on the native DEX. That's what I would do if I were you, but you can make whatever choice you want. So what we're gonna do from this point is we're gonna click over here on Launch App. This is gonna take us to the actual application. Now the dApp here that you see here, right, the application, this is even a little bit simpler. Like the website is just super clean and trendy. They keep this part of the site and part of the application really simple. So it's obviously really easy to use. So once you have USDC, it'll show it in that balance. It'll show how many Furio tokens you have. Current price is $14.56 at the time of this recording. You'll put in whatever you need, whether it's 500 or 1,000 in USDC. It's going to tell you how much you get, and you can click swap. That swap will then put it into your wallet. You'll pay a gas fee to put it into your wallet, and then you can deposit it into the vault. Now, the only reason in my eyes why you'd want to hold Furio in your wallet is because you need to put some in your wallet and then you want to buy downline NFTs. If you are just like $500, I'm staking in the system, we'll see where this thing goes to start. I'll think about building a team later. You might as well just check this little box right here that says deposit directly into the vault, because whatever you purchase goes straight in there, and then you're paying one gas fee rather than putting it into the wallet and then depositing it again and having to do another transaction. Doesn't make any sense. So again, this is very simple. You need to get BNB, transition it over to Binance Smart Chain, USDC. Once it's in there, it'll show up here. You purchase it, stake it in the vault. To get to the vault, you go here. It's just going to show you what your balance is, claimed, reward weight. I'm still neutral. I got a compound, and to get myself to 28 days, compound claim. Again, super simple. If I had a bunch of Furio tokens here, I could put however many I wanted to, click deposit. One great thing is they've just added this auto compounding. So I've said it about other platforms. I like auto compounding. It just makes my life a lot easier because I don't have to remember to do it. I like to come in and do it manually sometimes, but I'd like to have the choice. I like to be able to go on a 2-week vacation, just set this up and not even think about it. Unfortunately, I can't do that with a lot of other platforms, but I'm excited to be able to do it here. Now, some other platforms like Piston, for instance, I think they lock you down to like a 7-day auto compound. This is going to allow you to do it for as far out as you need to. So that's fantastic. You could do it for 30 days and just check it every month. I think auto compounding is great because when prices are kind of going against you, people get in and they're freaking out because they're watching the up and downs, or they see the price go up and they want to sell because they're getting the FOMO in the other direction. So what I think auto compounding does is it keeps people away from the charts, because most investors are not very good at investor mindset. They can't look at a crazy chart and just be calm about it and know that in the end it's all going to wash out, right? Even though there's big up and down swings, if you draw that trend line, it's normally pretty good. Most investors can't see through that. They are really discouraged by the down days and really hyped up by the up days. Auto compounding should help that. Claim is just has I don't have any tokens available to claim yet. Team is going to show the team. Again, I've just barely started building this team, so I got a guy who's going to sign up later today. If you guys want to sign up, my link will be below. It's pretty easy. Go to the dApp, use USDC to get your Furio tokens and get in. I think this project is going to do really well. I feel really, really confident about it. I am trying to line up an AMA with the devs. They've said tentatively it's good to go. We just need to lock down a date. So if I can get that done, that'll be awesome, because they're a great group of guys and I'd love to ask them a bunch of questions. So if you watch this and you've got a bunch of questions, feed them to me, because I am in contact with them and I can't ask them anything. I'd like to learn everything I can about the platform. So again, my team is the Furious Degens, and we'd love to have you if that's what you're interested in. I've got some downline NFTs. That's all that shows. So that is the overall platform. Like I said, I'm pretty high on the Furio project. I just think they've spent a lot of time doing a really good job. They are adamant that their code is top notch. So that's another thing. Obviously, it can look as cool, it can work as cool as you want it to. But what you really got to be worried about is exploits and everything, because the team can be honest and they can still have issues. I think, something similar to what happened with Elephant Money. I've talked in depth about these guys. These guys swear by their code, and they said they've put equal or more effort into making sure their code is extremely crisp as they have the website. So if that's true, I think the website is absolutely fantastic. I don't know if that can be beat. So if you'd like to join my team, again, links down below. Let me make sure I link that video to JCC's AMA with those guys, JC Crypto. Please ask me any questions that you have. I'd be happy to answer them. Again, stoked about the platform. Love to have you on the team. Happy investing.